goats and has a herd of Spanish that he sells to families. Let's put our hands together and welcome Owen to Shippensburg here this afternoon. Thank you so much for coming out, Owen. Exhibitors, just a reminder to be at your pens and ready. We don't want you to miss your classes, so let's make sure we're paying attention to the show order, and the TV screen should be up and running to keep you up to speed on where we are. Senior showman. Senior showman into the ring. Grace Barmer, Aubrey Watkins, Emily Deal, Lacey Lehman, Mitchell Musser, Maddie Musser, Hannah Orris, Trinity Pierce, Austin Smith, Olivia Kiefer, Taylor Stone, Senior showman, Katie Miller. Senior showman into the ring. Grace Barmer, Aubrey Watkins, Emily Deal, Lacey Lehman, Mitchell Musser, Maddie Musser, Hannah Orris, Trinity Pierce, Austin Smith, Olivia Kiefer, Taylor Stone, Senior showman, Katie Miller. Senior showman into the ring. Grace Barmer, Aubrey Watkins, Emily Deal, Lacey Lehman, Mitchell Musser, Maddie Musser, Hannah Orris, Trinity Pierce, Austin Smith, Olivia Kiefer, Taylor Stone, Senior showman, Katie Miller. Senior showman into the ring. Grace Barmer, Aubrey Watkins, Emily Deal, Lacey Lehman, Mitchell Musser, Maddie Musser, Hannah Orris, Trinity Pierce, Austin Smith, Olivia Kiefer, Taylor Stone, Senior showman, Katie Miller. Senior showman into the ring. Grace Barmer, Aubrey Watkins, Emily Deal, Lacey Lehman, Mitchell Musser, Maddie Musser, Hannah Orris, Trinity Pierce, Austin Smith, Olivia Kiefer, Taylor Stone, Senior showman, Katie Miller. Senior showman into the ring. Grace Barmer, Aubrey Watkins, Emily Deal, Lacey Lehman, Mitchell Musser, Maddie Musser, Hannah Orris, Trinity Pierce, Austin Smith, Olivia Kiefer, Taylor Stone, Senior showman, Katie Miller. Senior showman into the ring. Grace Intermediate showman, we are going to run 2 heats. Intermediate showman, we're running 2 heats. In Heat 1, Tyler Bust, Blake Boyer, Hannah Brenize, Lane Darhauer, Stephanie Drees, Mallory Fagan, Danielle Farner, Blake Frayne, Trey Fry, Brinley Gamble, Kelsey Garman, Sam Hester, and Jaden Harvey. Jaden Harvey, you'll be in Heat 2. Jaden Harvey's in Heat 2. Olivia Homan, you'll be in Heat 1. Once again, I'm going to read the last names. Heat 1, Best, Boyer, Brenneis, Derhauer, Dries, Fagan, Ferner, Frayne, Fry, Gamble, Garman, Hester, Homan. That's Heat 1.
Well, it's good to be here with you guys today, and as we get started in the senior showmanship, I think there's really a lot of competition the whole way down as we start working through these kids. Maybe down on this end, we need to try and work on our feet placement a little bit, maybe get our hand placement a little bit better in the front end of these goats comparison to the ones that are beating you. Young man here, I moved you up a good bit here as the drive went on. You kept working harder and harder. You kept good eye contact with me. You started to get that doe to set up a little bit better for you. You stayed in the front end of that goat. I think you did an awesome job. Young lady that's going to come next, I think you did a good job getting set up. Maybe at times the front feet weren't exactly square and hitting all those corners compared to the ones that are right in front of you. As we work into third place, young lady does a good job moving around the ring, gets that animal set up at all times. For me, compared to the two ahead of you, we don't have as much extension, and I know that goat's a little bit shorter in the front end of his skeleton there, but we didn't have as much extension and drive out of that goat compared to two that are going to beat you in this class. But I think you do an awesome job, a good job answering questions. Between these two, I think it's close. Young lady up front, I think you do a good job moving around the ring, keeping that goat at a consistent pace from start to finish. You never miss a beat. At times, maybe we want to protect that one's front end just a little bit more and cover up that one's chest and his shoulder, the way he comes together up front there. And I think that's where the young lady behind you has a little bit of an advantage. She gets her leg down a little bit lower into that one's shoulder and chest there and drives that one. Now, she doesn't have a collar or halter on that goat, and I had an exhibitor do the same thing before, and I think you have to work even harder. But I think it's close. Splitting hairs between these two. I'll go show you the one that I think just did the most consistent job from start to finish, keeping these goats set up, keeping the legs square at all corners, no matter what angle I was at, and did the most consistent job, especially switching sides from their stance from one side to the other, and just keeping these goats driving and answering my questions correctly from start to finish. If you would give these kids a nice round of applause, I'll get you a champion in reserve.
Champion Market Goat Showman goes to Katie Miller, and reserve to Grace Brammer. Third place, Taylor Stern. Fourth, Lacey Lehman. Fifth, Aubrey Watkins. Sixth, Mitchell Musser. Seventh, Emily Deal. Eighth, Hannah Orris. Ninth, Austin Smith. Next class will be our first heat of intermediate showmen. Ages 14 to 16. We have Tyler Best, Blake Boyer, Hannah Bruneyes, Lane Darhauer, Stephanie Drees, Mallory Fagan, Danielle Farner, Blake Frayne, Trey Fry, Bentley Gamble, Kelsey Garman, Sam Hester, and Olivia Holman. Once again, this is Heat 1 of Intermediate Showmen, Heat 1 of 2. Attention exhibitors and parents, if you are not in line to be in the show ring, please clear the center aisle. We need to be able to move all classes of goats in and out of the ring. You are welcome to congregate on the side by the pig chutes or all the way around the ring where the spectators are, but please do not stand in the center aisle. Thank you.
We're going to have two heats here in the intermediates and in the juniors. These five that I pulled out are going to come back. I think they did the most consistent job from start to finish, working with their animals, keeping them set up as square as possible. And then when I go into handle, that first time, they had the best brace and drive on these goats here. And I think just the consistencies from start to finish is what got them ahead of the other competitors that are in this class. The hand placement for me, staying in front of your goat and getting that thing to drive the whole time when you're out here. If you would, give these kids on the rail a nice round of applause as they exit.
Qualifying for the final of the intermediate showmen, Tyler Best, Mallory Fagan, Trey Fry, Kelsey Garman, and Olivia Homan. We're ready for intermediate heat 2. Intermediate heat 2 should be all other intermediate showmen. Jaden Harvey, Jordan Kahn, Sean Kutz, Allie Lehman, Ryan Lehman, Jordan Naylor, Sophia Oser, Naomi Wirt, Cole Wickard, Micah Yingling, Amelia Yoakum, Kayla Zelafro, and Molly Zook.
Again, I'm going to keep these 5 over here to come back in for our overall intermediates. Some things for the kids on the sides to work on, just keeping your goats still from start to finish here as we go through the show. Keep their feet in line and square. Keep yourself straight. And then when we're circling, make sure you're on the correct side of your goat, especially when I come around and try and get different angles of your animal. That's just small little things to work on within these heats. That was maybe something that these kids over here on this wall did just a little bit better than you or just a little bit faster. So that's just some critiques to work on. If you would, give these kids on the row a nice big round of applause. We'll get you a champion in this division.
Qualifying for the final intermediate drive from Heat 2, Allie Lehman, Ryan Lehman, Jordan Naylor, Amelia Yoakum, and Kayla Zelafro. We'll go ahead and clear the ring, and we are ready for our intermediate showman champion drive. Into the ring we should have Tyler Best, Mallory Fagan, Trey Fry, Kelsey Garman, Olivia Homan, Allie Lehman, Ryan Lehman, Jordan Naylor, Amelia Yoakum, and Kayla Zelafro. Once again, these showmen are ages 14 to 16. Market Gate Exhibitors Junior Showmen should make their way to ringside. We are running 2 heats of Junior Showmen. First heat, here are the last names: Boyer, Deal, Faith, Deal McKenzie, Fagan, Fogelsanger Aiden, Fogelsanger Caleb, Garrett, Goodhart, Gray, Gutschall, Hester, Kelly, Kutz, Henry Kutz. Once again, Junior Showman, Heat 1, please make your way to ringside. Bella Grimes or a parent from Bella Grimes to the livestock office. Bella Grimes or a parent from Bella Grimes to the livestock office.
as we get out here for this next drive of showmanship, I think it's really competitive all the way down the line. Again, just like our seniors, these kids are definitely intense. They're all are aware of where I'm at in the ring. Their goats are starting to give up on them a little bit down the line here. That's what's slowing some of these kids down. Maybe not quite getting those animals set up square compared to what we were earlier in their showmanship heats. But I think they do a nice job. When we start talking from 7th place up here, young lady, I think you do a good job with your weather here. At times, that one wants to give you a fit, maybe not stay set up, move around on you a little bit. At times, I caught you on the wrong side when I was walking around. Young man that comes next with your doe, that one wants to just give up on you, and I want you to switch sides around the front end of that animal instead of going around the back of her. But I thought you did a nice job. At times I caught you over there on the rail, just getting that one's front end too far out in front of her. Let's just suck those front feet back just a little bit more, close her up, make her collect herself just a little bit better. Young lady that comes next, you do an awesome job of getting in the front end of that goat, getting that one's head and neck up out the top side of his shoulder. Your hand placement's great. We just need a little bit more drive out of that one to get that one to just drive and push a little bit harder when I come in to handle. And then at times your back feet were off just a minor little bit, but I think you do an awesome job. Young man that comes next, when you came in here, it looked like you wanted to win this thing, and you obviously know what you're doing, but at times your goat was wanting to give up on you, was sidestepping every once in a while, and at times I caught those front feet out just a little bit too far. I know we got a big goat and you want to stretch that thing out, but maybe we're doing it just a little bit too much. Young lady that's going to be third today, I think you do an awesome job up front. The way you work that thing's head and neck, move that one around the ring, you do an incredible job. At times that one wants to get up in her spine, so if we can get that one to relax a little bit, maybe not drive that one quite as hard, but we need to just stand there on the profile. When I come in to handle, obviously try and get in and get that one driving harder, but I think you do an awesome job of just keeping that one calm, cool, and collected, sitting there. You never miss a beat the whole time. When we get into these top two, I think it's very close. I think one of them does an awesome job up front, getting the front end shown off of one, and then another one just has that animal looking the same way it did when they come in for its heat. It never misses a beat. I think they do a consistent job from start to finish. One of them does a better job showing off the chest floor, and then they just are consistent and are pushing each other just that much more competitive in this drive. So if you would give these kids a nice big round of applause, I'll show you which one's my favorite.
Champion Intermediate Showman goes to Mallory Fagan and reserve to Jordan Naylor. Third place, Amelia Yoakum. Fourth, Tyler Best. Fifth, Kelsey Garman. Sixth, Ryan Lehman. And seventh, Allie Lehman. We're now ready for our junior showman. Again, heat one of two. Riley Boyer, Faith Deal, Mackenzie Deal, Madison Fagan, Aiden Fogelsanger, Caleb Fogelsanger, Shane Garrett, Mackenzie Goodhart, Colton Gray, Jack Gutschall, Charlie Hester, Christopher Kelly, Jace Kelly, and Henry Kutz. Once again, this is our junior division, ages 11 to 13. This is heat 1 of 2. Junior Showman Heat 2, make your way to ringside. Naomi Kutz, Addison Martin, Emmeline Martin, Gwen McKee, Landon McNew, Austin Messick, JC Naylor, Emma Orris, Zoe Roberts, Blake Smith, Carly Saplee, Charlie Wheeler, Wade Zimmerman, Leo Zinn. Once again, Junior Showman, Heat 2 to ringside.
I'm going to keep these four back the same as I did in that last division. I think they do the most consistent job getting those feet placed where they need to be. You juniors on the rail there, we'll just work on foot placement a little bit, make sure they're sit up square at all times. When we start getting into these younger divisions, I don't need all the extras. I just need you to do the basics for me and do it from start to finish. There's a couple of people out here that I think are right on the fence of being pulled or staying over where you're at now. We just need some drive out of these things, get them to drive and push up into you, keep their feet set up and keep their heads up. But you guys are doing an awesome job. Keep up the good work. Give these kids a nice round of applause as they exit.
Qualifying for the finals of the junior showmanship, Faith Deal, Madison Fagan, Christopher Kelly, and Jace Kelly. Let's clear the ring. Junior Showman, Heat 2. Naomi Kutz, Addison Martin, Emmeline Martin, Gwen McKee, Landon McNew, Austin Messick, JC Naylor, Emma Orris, Zoe Roberts, Blake Smith, Carly Saplee, Charlie Wheeler, Wade Zimmerman, and Leo Zinn. Once again, this is junior showmanship, ages 11 to 13. Heat 2 of 2. Up next, champion junior showman.
I'm going to keep these three kids back here for this overall, for the junior showmanship here. I think they do the most consistent job. I mean, feet placement is always squaring on the edges of their goat. They know where their feet need to be. They're not too stretched out or too bunched up compared to some of the other kids on the rail. Maybe we need to work on just closing some of these up, getting a little bit more drive out of them, and keeping those feet set up more consistently from start to finish. Give these kids a round of applause as they exit.
Qualifying for the finals in the junior division out of Heat 2, Addison Martin, Landon McNew, and Carly Saplee. We're now ready for the junior champion drive. We should have Faith Deal, Madison Fagan, Christopher Kelly, Jace Kelly, Addison Martin, Landon McNew, and Carly Saplee.
I'll start from 7 and work our way up. Young lady with this black doe at the end, I think you did an awesome job working the front end of that goat, keeping your hands in her head the way they need to be. What I'm looking for today for me, at times our back legs were off just a little bit more than some of the other exhibitors in the class, but I think you do a consistent job from start to finish. You should be proud of the work you put in. The young lady that comes next, you do a consistent job keeping those feet set up. For me, that goat didn't want to get out and move and get it around the ring quite as well as some of the other ones in the class, but I think you do a good job keeping that one calm and set up for the majority part of this class here. Young man that comes next, at times our front feet were just a little bit too far forward. We didn't have quite as much drive out of that goat as some of the other exhibitors in front of you. Young man that comes next, at times your front feet were too close. Maybe one was too far forward or they were too close together when I caught you up front here. But I think you do an awesome job working the front end of that goat and getting that one to just motor around the ring. We start talking our top 3. Young lady up front, I'm not talking to you guys in order right now. I'm just talking what I see. I think you do a consistent job walking around the ring from start to finish in your heat till now. You haven't missed a beat. The goat is set up. You're driving that thing. At times you want to drive too much into that one's neck and not as much into its chest floor. So at times his back wants to come up just ever so slightly. That's just minor little details that I see between you and your goat and how you guys are working together. Young man that's in the middle there, I think you do an awesome job getting that one set up and driving 24/7. That one's set up the way he needs to be in motion. He doesn't want to get out and motor just quite as good as some of the other ones in this class, but I think you do an awesome job getting as much drive out of that one as possible, pulling that head and neck up out of the top side of that one's blade and shoulder there. Just keep working hard. Get that one to just walk in motion just a little bit better, and that'll make it just look more fluent when you're out in motion. Young lady comes next, you do the best job of getting around the ring, using the whole ring from when you came in that first time in your heat, and when you get back out here, you get that one in motion, and he just glides around the ring. You work the front end incredibly well. At times, maybe a front leg's off here or there, but that's getting critical in a good showman. If you would give these kids a round of applause, I'll pick your champion down to 3rd out of these 3.
Results of our junior showmen: first place Carly Saplee, second Madison Fagan, third Landon McNeil, fourth Christopher Kelly, fifth Jace Kelly, sixth Addison Martin, and seventh Faith Deal. Next in the ring, these are our novice showmen, ages 8 to 10. We have Harper Boyer, Amelia Brown, Warren Brown, Emma Demisa, Kason Faker, Natalie Kutz, Noah Kutz, Brooklyn Lehman, Ava Lopez, Presley Rissler, Jason Roberts, Reese Smith, and Noah Werner. After this class, we'll be selecting our champion market goat showman. We'll need Katie Miller, Mallory Fagan, and Carly Suplee at ringside. And on standby, we'll need Grace Brammer and Madison Fagan.
as we get out here for this next division of kids, I think these kids are super competitive and way past their years of what they actually are. I think these kids are very, very competitive from start to finish. These top 7 especially, I think just maintaining feet squareness to the ground, keeping the front ends of these things pulled up out of them and driving them. I think these kids can rival some of the older kids as we work them in a little bit, but I think they're doing an awesome job. I'll go ahead and talk to these kids, 7, and then we'll talk about those 2 over there on the line. But the young lady that starts right here in 7th, for me, you do an awesome job of keeping that one's head and neck up out of the top side of that one's shoulder. At times, that one's feet weren't set up quite as well as someone's ahead of you, but you do a nice job. Young lady, you're always working your butt off. That's a big, heavy goat for you to show, but you get around the front of that one and keep that one driving. That one would just wanted to sidestep on you every once in a while. That's why I pulled you. We just need to get that one to work just a little bit better with you. Young man coming next, you do an awesome job of just staying in that one and keeping him driving, but at times that one just wanted to fight you and move around just a little bit more as the show went on. Young man that comes next, you do the best job with eye contact and getting around the ring. You do an awesome job of getting in the front of that one, but I need you to get that one up and driving. At times his front end was wanting to drop out of him just ever so slightly. I want you to just push on his head and neck and get it back. Just drive him just a little bit harder to keep his head and neck up out of him the way I deem ideally. The lady that comes next, I think you do an awesome job of keeping that one set up. You do a good job of working the front end of that one, but at times you're not as intense as the 2 that are going to beat you today. We need more intensity out of you and get more drive out of you with that dough when you're out here compared to the other 2 that are going to beat you today. But you guys do an awesome job. When we get into talking about these top 2, I think it becomes very close, and I walked them one last time, and I think that's where the sort was. The one that's going to win for me does the most consistent job, hitting all 4 corners, keeping that one set up, making sure that one's walking at a consistent pace in the ring, and then also staying in the front end of that one. The young exhibitor that's going to be second today, I think we need to work on just getting in front of that one just a little bit more because you do an awesome job of pulling that one's head up out of the top side of his shoulder. We just need to crank that one's head back just ever so slightly and make that one walk just a little bit more comfortable when we get out and go in the ring. If you would give these kids a round of applause, I'll get you a champion in reserve.
Champion novice market goat showman goes to Amelia Brown and reserve to Warren Brown. Third place Brooklyn Lehman, 4th Kaysen Fraker, 5th Noah Varner, 6th Harper Boyer, and 7th Natalie Kutz. Congratulations to all of our exhibitors. We'll go ahead and clear the ring. Once again, exhibitors, if you are not in line waiting to go into the ring, you should not be in the center aisle. Exhibitors, parents, spectators, siblings, don't be sitting on the rails. Don't be in the center aisle. We can't get people in and out. Please move to the sides or around the ring to watch the show. All right, champion Market Goat Drive in the ring from our senior division, Katie Miller, intermediate Mallory Fagan, junior Carly Saplee, and novice Amelia Brown. On standby, we have Grace Brammer and Madison Fagan. Market Goat Exhibitors, lightweight 1 should be making their way to ringside. Lightweight 1, Emma Orris, Brooklyn Lehman, Colton Gray, Austin Smith, Natalie Kurtz, Katie Miller, Stephanie Drees, Gwen McKee. Lightweight 1, Market Goats to ringside. Again, if you're not in line to come into the ring, you should not be in the center aisle. Please move out of the way.
Go ahead and put your hands together for these kids. I think there's 4 outstanding kids out here. When we talk about just the fundamentals and the basics, especially being at a county fair, just through the showmanship portion, super competitive. You can tell these kids put in a lot of work at home and spending a lot of time with these animals, getting them broke and into the show ring the way they need to be. Just focused. No matter where I'm at in the ring, that they're all 4 moving sides. Even our youngest exhibitor in here doing exactly what they need to do the whole time. These kids are just blown the doors off of my expectations when I got the call to come up here and judge. I'm super excited to continue to work through the rest of the show. For me, I think there's an exhibitor out here that is just seamless in what they do, trying to work the front end of their animal, keeping that thing set up the whole time, maybe not quite as much drive as another one that's going to be in contention for reserve out here, but I think they do an awesome job of just keeping that one set up and consistent from start to finish, and we'll get you a champion out here. We'll pull the second place back in and reevaluate for reserve. Give these kids a nice round of applause again.
Congratulations to our champion, Market Goat Showman, Mallory Fagan. We'll go ahead and clear the ring. Thank you very much. Congratulations to all of our showmen and to our judge. We're ready to start our weight classes. Lightweight 1, make your way to the ring. Emma Orris, 114. Brooklyn Lehman, 436. Colton Gray, 317. Austin Smith, 242. Natalie Kutz, 161. Katie Miller, 279. Stephanie Drees, 245. Gwen McKee, 199. By winning our showmanship competition, Mallory Fagan will represent Market Goats at Supreme Showmanship tomorrow night. That contest begins at 5 p.m. right here in the Livestock Show Ring. Once again, lightweight ones in the ring. Market Goat exhibitors, lightweight 2 to ringside, lightweight 2, Katie Miller, Aiden Fogelsanger, Henry Kutz, Jace Kelly, Jordan Kahn, Emily Deal, Micah Yingling, Christopher Kelly, Naomi Kutz, Danielle Farner, Madison Fagan. Lightweight 2 to ringside.
We start off with a good one in this first class of lightweights. The one that starts for me, that one's the longest and tallest at the point of his shoulder. He's flat across his top line there. That one's the boldest when you get your hands on him. He's got the most muscle expression from behind. That one's the firmest touching in the class and the best built in my opinion. The one that comes second, that's the next best as far as muscle shape, texture, and tone. We don't have as much back shape and squareness to that rack right on the top side of that one's shoulder as we do in our class winner, but that one has the next best shape and the width, the chest, and firmness to the touch compared to the one that wins that class and the one that goes right behind you. That big kid that comes next, one that's ultra big in the center portion of her body, has some muscle expression, maybe gets a bit deeper in her chest floor there, and maybe not as firm touching as the two right ahead, but one that I still offers more product and shape when we're talking a market class. One that's going to come next, one that you love on the side profile, that one's tall at the point of her shoulder. She's flat across her top line there. In a market scenario, that one doesn't have as much lower leg shape as the ones that go right in front of you, but that one's still bolder in the center portion of her rack there compared to the one that is going to go right behind you. But that one's good built, looks good from the side. One that comes next, like I said, that one just needs to be a little bit bigger, right out of the backside of her shoulder compared to the one right ahead of you, but that one's still got a good touch and handle quality to her. One that's going to come next, that one needs to be picked up and changed in the way that one's shoulder blades laid in. If we sit that one's neck back in, that one just a little bit better. That one's still flat across her hip, has some muscle shape and body to the center portion there. We just need to make that one better up to her front 1/3. One that comes next, one that's really good looking, ties high on the top side, that one's shoulder flat backed. We just don't have as much muscle shape from behind in that one, and that one gets longer in her pasterns compared to the ones right ahead. Then we round out the class with one. We just need to open this one up, give this one a shot more muscle, but that one's long bodied, really extended up front. You appreciate those things about that one. Give these kids a nice round of applause.
Lightweight run, first place, Katie Miller. Second, Gwen McKee. Third, Stephanie Drees. Fourth, Brooklyn Lehman. Fifth, Emma Orris. Sixth, Colton Gray. 7, Natalie Kutz. And 8, Austin Smith. Next class in the ring, lightweight 2. Lightweight 2, Katie Miller, 280. Aiden Fogelsanger, 337. Henry Kutz, 158. Jace Kelly, 311. Jordan Kahn, 371. Emily Deal, 60. Micah Yingling, 294. Christopher Kelly, 306. Naomi Kutz, 156. Danielle Ferner, 277. And Madison Fagan, 332. Goats in this class weigh 64 to 68 pounds, 6'4 to 6'8. Market goat exhibitors, lightweight 3 to ringside. Lightweight 3, Jack Gutschall, Colton Gray, Allie Lehman, Sam Hester, Emily Deal. Once again, lightweight 3 to ringside.
The only idea up front is going to win this class for me. That one's a shallower chested option, one that's bigger back. That's a fresher handling option as well. That one's got so much muscle shape and dimension from behind. Fit really nice. She does a good job of getting that one presented. I think handle quality just has that one win this class for me. One that's in second, that's the next biggest back one that has the most amount of shape and muscle and still shallower chested than our third place one. And when you watch that one come at you, that one's wider chested. He just stands on a bigger foot and bone compared to the one that's going to be in third today. But I didn't think that one was quite as big out to his loin compared to our third place goat. That one is long fronted, really long bodied, but with that he gets up in his spine ever so slightly, maybe not quite the chest expression, with the chest there, and then when you work back into him, he doesn't have as much flank shape as the ones right ahead of him, but one that you still appreciate from his profile there, and when that one gets out and goes, he travels really well. As we work down the line, we get into a weather that is good profile, and that one just doesn't have as much muscle shape or expression. And we get down to some of these other ones. We just need more muscle shape, more integrity, maybe some more structural integrity, especially up front. Our front ends are starting to get a little bit deeper. We're a little bit longer bladed, maybe not quite as much muscle shape as the ones ahead of us. But the good class, give these kids a round of applause.
Lightweight 2, first place, Katie Miller. Second, Madison Fagan. Third, Chris Kelly. Fourth, Jace Kelly. And fifth, Jordan Kahn. Sixth place, Emily Deal. Seventh, Aiden Fogelsanger. Next class in the ring, lightweight 3. Jack Gutschall's 103. Colton Gray, 318. Allie Lehman, 434. Sam Hester, 341. And Emily Deals 59. Market Goat Exhibitors, lightweight 4 to ringside. Mitchell Musser, Mackenzie Deal, Mackenzie Goodhart, Stephanie Drees, Presley Rissler, Jordan Kahn, Noah Varner, and Gwen McKee. Once again, lightweight 3s are in the ring. Weights in this class are 67 to 68 pounds. Lightweight 4s to ringside.
young lady is going to start the class for me. That's just the boldest option going in the class. He's the best touching, widest loin when you get your hands on him. That one's the most comfortable in motion. I'm not going to say he's perfect in the way he's built, but that one in this class has the most to offer. Young man that's going to go next, I think if we clip that one off, that one just gives us a little bit better presentation than the ones that are next in class. I think that one, when you get your hands on him, he has the next most amount of shape and dimension when you start to handle him compared to the contemporaries in this class. And I think that one is just bolder on the backside of his shoulder, has more muscle expression than the one that's going to go 3. 1 and 3 is a tall-fronted, long-bodied option. That one gets shallower when you get your hands on that one's loin. Not quite as much shape there, not quite as much shape when you get in behind that one as well compared to the one in second. The doe that's going to come next, one that's big-bodied in the center portion there, we need to give that one a shot more shape from behind, fix that one in her hip out to her tail head set. Young man that's going to come next, we just need to bold this one up, make that one bolder in the center portion of that one's body, because that one gets too flat when I get my hands on him, but that one's got a good look from the side. Give these kids a nice round of applause.
Lightweight 3, first place, Allie Lehman. Second, Jack Gutschall. Third, Sam Hester. Fourth, Emily Deal. And fifth, Colton Gray. Lightweight 4, into the ring, Mitchell Musser, 98. Mackenzie Deal, 61. Mackenzie Goodhart, 139. Stephanie Drees, 244. Presley Rissler, 91. Jordan Kahn, 372. Noah Varner, 263. And Gwen McKee, 198. This is lightweight 4, and weights in this class are 69 and 70 pounds. 69 and 70 pounds. Market Good Exhibitors, lightweight 5 to ringside. Lightweight 5, Brinley Gamble, Charlie Hester, Taylor Sturm, Emma Demisa, Jason Roberts, Amelia Yoakum. Once again, lightweight 5 to ringside.
young man's going to start this class for me. I think that Dell starts for me just for her fundamentals and ability to get out and move. She's the most comfortable in motion. With that, she's still big-backed, shapely, has plenty of muscle shape, and especially for being a doe, you get behind her, she's still stout and square to the ground. I think she ties in better her blade and out the top side of her shoulder into a rack there. And in comparison to that Weather that's probably a bit square built in his hip there, that one just doesn't tie together quite as well. And his chest floor and his blade in relation to his rack shape there, we need to make that one just more uniformed. Tidy that one up front just ever so slightly to get over that one and that wins this class. The doe that comes in third, one that's really pretty from the side. You love that about her. She's long-bodied, really extended up front. But with that, she doesn't touch quite as square and big out the backside of her shoulder. That one still sits down square to the ground, and that's where she's got the advantage over the one that's going to come in forward. This one's big in his forearm, big backed, has a lot of shape up high. But when you get behind this one, we just need to give that one a shot more muscle and integrity and square that one up when he starts to travel away. But one that you appreciate the front end quality of this one. The brown one that's going to come next, one that's big, shapely, has some look and balance. We just need to freshen that one up. And then the one that's going to come next, that one just gets steeper in his hip, a little bit lower in the front shoulder there, swayed back ever so slightly. If we strengthen that one's top line up and give that one some bigger feet, I think that one can move up in this class because he still touches big. Then we get down to the black and white Weather. That one just gets more rigid in his top line. He doesn't have as much muscle shape and dimension from behind, but I think that one still is bigger footed than the one that's going to round out this class. The one that rounds out this class has pounds of product, is a big goat. We just need that one to be leveling out across his top and come with more muscle shape and dimension today. Give these kids a round of applause.
Lightweight 4, first place Noah Varner, second Gwen McKee, third Mackenzie Goodhart, fourth Mitchell Musser, fifth Presley Rissler, sixth Jordan Kahn, 7 Mackenzie Deal, 8th Stephanie Drees. We're now ready for our lightweight champion drive. From our lightweight 1 class, we have Katie Miller's 279. Actually, we're going to show the lightweight 5 class first, then we'll do the champion. My apologies. Brenda Gamble's 177, Charlie Hester's 343, Taylor Stern 126, Emma Demisa 355, Jason Roberts 301, Amelia Yoakum's 261. This class weighs 71 pounds and 72 pounds. Up next will be lightweight champion. From lightweight 1, Katie Miller's 279 and Gwen McKee's 199. Lightweight 2, Katie Miller's 288 and Madison Fagan's 332. Allie Lehman's 434 and Jack Gutchall's 103. Lightweight 4, Noah Varner 263 and Gwen McKee 198. Once again, lightweight champion is on deck.
Young lady with the tanner colored leather is going to start for me. That one, when you set him in motion, he's shoulder bladed and he keeps his blade more tucked up into him when he gets out in motion. That one's also just the biggest and most opened up when you start to study him from his chest floor back into his hip and his hind leg. That one's stout featured. He's big backed and shapely, has a good look from the side. One that's probably taller and more extended up front, longer sided, more flexible option when he gets out in motion. He doesn't get up in his spine at all like our first place exhibitor, but that one is longer bladed, deeper about his chest. We need to shorten that one up there and blow that one apart in the center portion of his body, because I think his hip and his hind leg still works adequately, and he's still got plenty of shape and muscle when you get in behind him, but a good pair there in the top. The one that's going to come next, for me, that's the next best handling one. When you get your hands on top of his rack shape, he's wider and truer all the way out from his top of his hip down into his lower stifle compared to the one that's going to come next. Young man that's going to come next with this painted up leather, one that's doing an awesome job getting this one shown. That one just doesn't have as much muscle shape as the three ahead of him, but I think one that's still flat across his top and has a good look from the side. Doe that's going to come next. One that'll have an issue with her spine. She gets up in her spine ever so slightly. She starts to dip at her hip and her tail head set there. If we fix that, I think that one's got enough shape and body she can move up in this class. And we round out the class with the young man's really tall and extended leather. This one just needs to be straighter across his top line, come with a shot more muscle and expression to move up in this class. Give these kids a nice round of applause. I think an impressive set of lightweights out here as we talk for our champion. The one I'm going to use is the most cracked open, most square built, one that's big footed, has plenty of shape and muscle. That one's still flexible enough when he gets out and goes in the ring. Every once in a while his top wants to come up, but I think one that is extremely wide built from end to end, clean chested, short bladed, one that looks good when you get out and go. The one that's going to be reserved for me, I think next best suits as far as shape and texture to the muscle. That one's still extended, probably has an inch or two more extension than the one that's going to win, but I don't think that one's quite as big in his loin maybe not quite as big in his hip and his hind leg compared to the one that wins this division for me. But I think it gets close, especially between three of them. If you would, give these kids a nice round of applause. I'll get you a champion in reserve.
Your champion lightweight goes to Katie Miller out of Class 2 with 280 and reserve to Taylor Sturms 126. With that, we're ready for our medium weight classes. Medium weight 1. Into the ring, Hannah Orris, 111. Carl Rickard, 347. Ryan Lehman, 5'3". Mackenzie Deal, 62. And Faith Deal, 49. Weights in this class are 73 to 75 pounds. 73 to 75. Market Good Exhibitors, medium weight 2 to ringside. Charlie Wheeler, Austin Messick, Emma Orris, Jordan Naylor, Jason Roberts, and Kayla Zelafro. Medium weight 2 to ringside.
Yeah, Mendoza's kid is going to start for me. That one's just the freshest handling, the boldest option in this class. That one's got so much shape and power when you get in behind her. So she's still the biggest footed in this class, most extended up front. Good place to start. One that's going to come next, one that's the next best handling. That one's got the most amount of rack shape compared to the contemporaries that are left. But with that, this weather doesn't come with as much shape and dimension when you get it behind compared to that Doe kid that wins this class. One that comes in 3. One that you appreciate the length of body and the extension up front. But with that, this one is smaller at the foot. When he goes to the ground, he's also not fresh enough compared to the 2 that go right ahead. Then the young lady's black one comes next. That one is bold in the center portion of his body, really opened up. It has a big forearm, but he doesn't have as much muscle shape. He gets softer on his pasterns there, especially when you set him into motion. Then we round out the class with this young lady's black doe. That one gets steeper at her hip and her hind leg. We need to make that one just more flexible when it gets out and goes, but one that you appreciate the extension and length up front. That one certainly got plenty of length of body and shape. Give these kids a nice round of applause.
Medium weight 1, first place Ryan Lehman, second Hannah Orris, third Cole Wickard, fourth Mackenzie Deal, and fifth Faith Deal. Next class in the ring, medium weight 2, Charlie Wheeler, number 44. Austin Messick, 137. Emma Orris, 113. Jordan Naylor, 31. Jason Roberts, 168. and Kayla Zelafro 407.
I think an easy place to start in this class, that one's the most extended up front. That one's still bolts in the center portion of his body there. That one's the most athletic and smoothest put together from end to end. He gives you a nice picture from the side. When you start to analyze that one's just got the most amount of shape and muscle and structural integrity to go ahead and win this class and do so pretty handily. The one in second, that's the next best option as far as quality of structure and still having enough mass and shape compared to the contemporaries that are left out here. That one's still bold in the center portion of his body there. He's still wide-chested, maybe deeper and longer about his blade, and not as pretty up through that front one-third as the one that wins this class, but a good goat there in second. The one that comes in three, this is a big and powerful type of doe, big in the center body there. That one's just not quite as firm touching as the one that goes second in this class. Then we move into the young man in the blue polo there. His goat is good profiling from the side, maybe not the muscle expression that we have in the ones ahead of him, but that one is still level across his top compared to the ones that are left. He just doesn't have as much muscle shape as the ones that go right in front of him. We need to make that one just come wider from his chest floor back, but that one's still one of the fresher touching ones in this class. And then we get into the red-shouldered Weather that comes next. That one's got center body. He's got some muscle shape, but with that he gets rounder out of his hip. He gets weaker and deeper in the front portion of his chest there. If we shallow that one up, freshen that one up in his handle, I think he can move up in this class. Then we round out the class with one that just needs to be tighter hided. That one starts to get rounder in his hip. We make that one cleaner all the way around and just freshen this one up. He can move up in this class. Congratulations.
Medium weight 2, first place Jordan Naylor, second Austin Messick, third Emma Orris, fourth Jason Roberts, fifth Charlie Wheeler, and sixth Kayla Zelafro. Next class in the ring, medium weight 3, Jack Getchalls 102, Leo Zinn, 323. Hannah Orris, 112. Naomi Wirt, 115. Amelia Yoakum, 262. Henry Kutz, 159. Kelsey Garman, 24. Jace Kelly, 310. Ethan Messick, 135. Goats in this class are 78 and 79 pounds. Market goat exhibitors, medium weight 4 is next. Medium weight 4, Mallory Fagan, Wade Zimmerman, Zoe Roberts, Leo Zinn, Warren Brown, Reese Smith, and Trey Fry. Once again, medium weight 4 to ringside.
Well, the young man that wins this class for me, that one is just the most show-oriented. When you get this one out in motion, that one's the tallest at the point of his shoulder. He's extended up front. He's still comfortable when he gets out and goes, and I think that one's the looser spined option that still handles the biggest when you get out on top of his loin. Maybe not the one that's wanting to cooperate with the exhibitor today right now, but I think that one just handle quality. That one's a fresh option that's still flexible and gets out and moves really well. doe kid that comes next, one that's got so much shape and power and dimension. Wherever you study this one, she's big-footed, but with that, she starts to come up in her spine ever so slightly, and she's not as tall and extended up front as the one that wins that class, but I think power and shape and freshness still gets her to land in second in this class. One that comes next, this is a fresh option that you appreciate the length of body of this one, but with that, this one needs to be looser in her spine. Let her just relax a little bit. That one's still got enough shape and dimension to be in the third hole today. The one that comes next, we like this one's shape and power, but with that, this one's softer to the touch. We need to firm this one up ever so slightly, and that just give that one a shot more shape up at his loin and suck his belly back in just a little bit. One that comes next, one that we just need to strengthen his top up, give him a shot more muscle down into the lower portion of that stifle, but you appreciate his length of body and extension up front. He's just a little bit looser heighted compared to the ones ahead. Then we get into one that's got some power and shape. Maybe he doesn't touch quite as firm or as big across his loin, but that one's big-footed, has a big forearm, looks good from the side. Then we get into another doe kid that's big in the center portion of her body. That one just gets deeper and longer about her blade. That one doesn't have quite as much muscle expression from behind, but one you still appreciate the set to her hind leg and the extension she's got up front. Then we run into a red weather that's just gets more piecey in the way he's put together. He's got some extension up front. He's got some length of body, but he doesn't come quite as square out of the backside of his shoulder or as big. We need to make that one more comfortable in his hip and his hind leg compared to the ones that are in front of this young exhibitor. Then we round out the class with one that just needs more shape. That one just needs a touch a shot wider, but one that's still good built when he gets out and moves. Give these kids a nice round of applause.
Medium weight 3, first place, Jace Kelly. Second, Amelia Yoakum. Third, Kelsey Garman. Fourth, Ethan Messick. Fifth, Hannah Orris. Sixth, Leo Zinn. And seventh, Henry Kutz. Eighth, Naomi Wirt. Ninth, Jack Gutschall. Next class in the ring, medium weight 4. Mallory Fagans, 334. Wade Zimmerman, 375. Zoe Roberts, 167. Leo Zinn, 322. Warren Brown, 150. Reese Smith, 187. Trey Fry, number 6. Goats in this class are 80 and 81 pounds. Market goat exhibitors. Medium weight 5 to ringside. Medium weight 5. Addie Martin, Ethan Messick, Sophia Oser. 2 entries from Molly Zook. Landon McNew, Natalie Kutz, Riley Boyer, Brinley Gamble, Olivia Homan. Once again, medium weight 5 to ringside.
Ones that starts this class for me, I think, is the most extended up front. I like I'm pretty and good looking, and that one does it for me. That one's got so much extension up front. He's shallow chested. He's still got a big forearm. He's wider in his loin, especially when you get in behind him. That one's just a fresher option that looks more ready to go today, has more shape and look. The one that goes in two, that one gets more jammed up, and that's where my issue with him is, because that one's got a lot of hip and shape and back shape there. But when you start to study him up front, he doesn't have as much extension as the one that wins this class. We need to make that one shallower chested, blown apart, a little bit wider there, and make that one taller out of the top side of his shoulder to be more competitive with that one that wins this class, but one that still has lots of shape and product in him. One that goes in three, one that has the next best amount of shape, handle quality, and structural integrity. But with that, this one, it gets a little bit flatter, more nondescript about his muscle shape. He gets straighter and more vertical out of his hip and his high leg there than the one that goes in two. Big frame, big outline goat that goes next. One that we just need to freshen this one up a little bit. He's starting to get too much center body, not enough lower leg shape there when you get in behind him. And we get in a dapple colored one, one that you appreciate for the length of body he's got, the shape and handle quality he's got, maybe not the bone work, maybe not the muscle shape from behind or the width of chest as the ones that go right in front of him. Then we get into a red doe there. That one's got some body shape, but she's softer in her condition. We need to firm that one up, make that one shallower in her chest floor there, give that one a shot bigger back when you get into handler. Then we get into the black-headed female that comes next. That one just needs to have a shot more muscle. When you get in behind her, that one just gets steeper in her hip there, but that one's smooth out the top side of her shoulder into her back. We just need to blow that one apart and give that one a little bit more shape the whole way throughout. Give these kids a round of applause.
Medium weight four. First place, Warren Brown. Second, Mallory Fagan. Third, Trey Fry. Fourth, Wade Zimmerman. Fifth, Leo Zinn. Sixth, Reese Smith. And seven, Zoe Roberts. Next class in the ring, medium weight five. Addison Martins, 417. Ethan Messick, 136. Sophia Oser, 200. Molly Zook, 390. Molly Zook, 300. Landon McNew, 173. Natalie Kutz, 162. Riley Boyer, 13. Brindley Gamble, 176. And Olivia Homan, 251. Medium weight five, goats weighing 82 to 84 pounds. 82 to 84. Up next, medium weight champion. For our medium weight champion drive, we need Out of Class 1, Ryan Lehman and Hannah Orris. Out of Class 2, Jordan Naylor and Austin Messick. Out of Class 3, Jace Kelly and Amelia Yoakum. And out of Class 4, Warren Brown and Mallory Fagan.
I think no doubt the one that needs to start is the young man's up front. That one's the most cracked open in his chest floor. He's big forearmed, he's big back. He's smooth in the way he transitions from the top of his shoulder back into his hip and his loin there. And he still comes with you plenty of foot and flexibility. Like what I said in showmanship, that one, when he gets out and goes, he just looks good in motion. We just need to get that one, just keep cranking on his head and his neck there, because he's not as long and extended out at the front of his shoulder like the one behind. But I think quality stands alone in the one that wins this class. One that comes into this paint-hipped one, I think has the next best amount of shape and power. That one is good touching, and the way he's put together, maybe not the foot size or the freshness as we have in the one that wins this class, but I think still that one has more shape when you get in behind him than the one that's going to be in 3. A good-looking, attractive one that's in 3, real skinny in the front end of this one, good and shallow about his braid and his chest there. Compared to the one that's going to be 4, maybe not the shape and dimension when you get on top of this one, especially out across this one's rack and his back shape, than the 2 that go right ahead. Then we get into the 4th place one, one that you appreciate how much shape this one has up high, but with that, this one needs to just be handled just a nickel better, because this one just gets a little bit staler in my opinion. We need to give this one some more shape when you start to handle them, because it's got the potential to handle good. We just are getting drier in my opinion, not quite as much condition out over that back shape, but that one's still square and goes to the ground good when you get in behind him. It's so wide chested. The doe that's going to come next, one that has so much body and shape and dimension, smooth in the way she's put together, doesn't have the shape from behind, it gets deeper in her chest forward than the ones right ahead of her. Then we work into another one that has some shape and dimension, maybe too much center body, not enough top shape and width from behind. As we round out this class and continue to work down, we run into issues with spines getting up, maybe not the muscle quality and the shape from behind as we have it in the ones right ahead. Give these kids a nice round of applause.
Congratulations to our medium weight 5 class. We'll give you those results in just a second. While Ethan Messick's out here, we'd like to present him with the champion market goat rate of gain. His goat there gained 0.51 pounds per day. It's pretty exceptional for a market goat, so congratulations to Ethan. We'll present your banner. Great job. Medium weight 5 results: first place Landon McNew, second Addison Martin, third Molly Zook, fourth Olivia Homan, fifth Riley Boyer, sixth Ethan Messick, seventh Brinley Gamble, 8th Sophia Oser, 9th Molly Zook, and 10th Natalie Kutz. We're now ready for our champion medium weight. Out of our first class, we have Ryan Lehman and Hannah Orris. Second class, Jordan Naylor and Austin Messick. Class 3, Jace Kelly and Amelia Yoakum. Class 4, Warren Brown and Mallory Fagan. And Class 5, Landon McNeil and Addison Martin.
We get out here for the middleweights. I think the one that wins this division does so just from stoutness, power, shape. When you get the hands on this one, I think this one is the biggest. Wherever you look at him, you get in behind this one. This one's got so much rack shape, power, and dimension from behind. So big-footed. Got a good look from the side. And then when the reserve is going to be one that follows up with type and kind, maybe one that's just a little bit prettier in the way they're put together, more extension up front, but maybe not quite the rack shape and dimension we have in the one that wins this division. But I think two high-quality goats. Give these kids a round of applause. They'll get you a champion in reserve.
Your champion medium weight goes to Landon McNeil and reserve to Warren Brown. Congratulations to all of our exhibitors in the medium weight division. We're now ready for our light heavyweights. Light heavyweight 1, Aubrey Watkins. Number 2, Ava Lopez, 356. Austin Messick, 138. Faith Deal, 48. Caleb Fogelsanger, 335. Sophia Oser, 197. Noah Varner, 264. Harper Boyer, 12. Amelia Brown, 149. And Troy Fry, 5. Market Gate exhibitors, light heavyweight 2 to ringside, Blake Boyer, Cole Wickard, Grace Brammer, Charlie Wheeler, Reese Smith, Lacey Lehman, Sean Kutz, Kelsey Garman, and Noah Kutz. Once again, light heavyweight 2 to ringside.
ones that win this class. I think it's just the most extended, most powerful throughout wherever you study this one. His knee set to his front leg there is really good in the way he just floats around the ring. That one's got a lot of shape and power. That one's the most comfortable and the firmest handling in this class. Without a doubt, he's the stoutest from behind. The one that comes in second, that one's got so much shape and dimension from behind, maybe not as much as our class winner, but compared to the rest of the class, that one's got a big hip and hind leg in him. That one just gets deeper in his chest floor, not quite as opened up in his center portion of his body and his rack shape there compared to the one that wins this class, but still a good one to go in second in this class. One that comes next, one that's still got some shape, maybe not quite the look and presence as the ones that go 1 and 2 in this class, but that one's still got shape and dimension when you get your hands on them. Then the one that's going to be 4, one that's big backed, has a lot of shape from behind, big footed. Maybe this one gets a little bit weaker topped, maybe not the cleanness of her chest there as she comes at you. Maybe shallow that one up there ever so slightly, but I think a good one to going forward. One that comes next, one that's long bodied, looks good from the side. That one just gets too flat and stale. We need to just blow that one apart, give that one a shot more everywhere to move that one up in this class, but I think a good one there to go 5. The one that comes next is a good-looking one from the side, really smooth in the way she's made. She just doesn't have as much as the ones that go right in front of her. As we move down the line, these just need to have some more shape, more muscle integrity. When you get in and handle these things, they don't have quite as much over their loins. We need to make these ones just a stout shotter when they go to the ground, when their footwork, and especially bring them up on their pasterns ever so slightly. If you would, give these kids a nice round of applause.
Light heavyweight 1, first place, Amelia Brown. Second, Noah Varner. Third, Austin Messick. Fourth, Aubrey Watkins. Fifth, Trey Fry. Sixth, Harper Boyer. Seventh, Faith Deal. And eighth, Ava Lopez. Next class in the ring, light heavyweight 2. Blake Boyer, 17. Cole Wickard, 348. Grace Brammer, 330. Charlie Wheeler, 42. Reese Smith, 186. Lacey Lehman, 435. Sean Kutz, 154. Kelsey Garman, 23. Noah Kutz, 163. Weights in this class are 87 to 89 pounds. Market Goat Exhibitors, light heavyweight 3 to ringside. Blake Frayne, Blake Smith, Christopher Kelly, Carly Saplee, Blake Smith, Presley Rissler, Kaysen Fraker, Jaden Harvey. Once again, light heavyweight 3 to ringside.
I'm going to start with the young lady in purple. That one is the most cracked open in his rib shape there. That one's ultra big in the center portion of his body. When you get on top of him and look down, that one's the boldest when he hits the ground. He's big-footed, got a big forearm. He's super extended up front. He's shallow-chested, got a lot of shape and dimension from behind. I think his lines and the way he proportions matches up better than the one that's going to go 2. 1 and 2 gets a bit deeper in his chest floor there, maybe not quite as good in his underline in relation to his hip and his hind leg. Give that one a shot more muscle. It might balance him out just a little bit compared to the one that wins this class. The one that goes 3, that one looks good from the side. Unfortunately, when I get my hands on that one's softer to the touch compared to the 2 that go right ahead of you, but that one's still super extended up front, has a good look from the side. We just need to firm that one up. The one that comes next, one that's big-bodied, has some shape, has some rack shape, one that's good-footed, gets around the ring really well, one that's super wide-chested. This one just doesn't have enough shape from behind. We just need to firm this one up, make this one a little bit bigger at her loin there, but I think one that still looks nice. The one that's going to come next, a good-looking one from the side. Maybe that one needs a shot more shape from behind, but that one is still patterns good from the side, still shallow-chested. The lines are still good, still got plenty of length of body. One that comes next, that one for me pinches too much at the top of his shoulder there, back into his back shape. If we fix that one there, I think that one can move up because that one's got a good look from the side, has some muscle expression. We just need to fix that one there in that area. As we move down the class, ones that get deeper in their chest floor, maybe not quite as much muscle expression, but ones that still have some center body shape, still have some dimension. Kids are working hard. Give them a round of applause.
Light heavyweight 2, first place, Grace Brammer. Second, Lacey Lehman. Third, Kelsey Garman. Fourth, Noah Kutz. Fifth, Charlie Wheeler. Sixth, Cole Wickard. 7, Blake Boyer. 8, Reese Smith. Next class in the ring, light heavyweight 3. Blake Frayne, number 25. Blake Smith, 184. Christopher Kelly's 305. Carly Suplee, 195. Blake Smith, 185. Presley Rissler, 90. Kason Fraker, 56. And Jaden Harvey's 134. Weights in this class are 90 to 92 pounds. Market Goat Exhibitors. Light heavyweight 4 to ringside. Light heavyweight 4. Tyler Best, Harper Boyer, Blake Frayne, Shane Garrett, Jordan Naylor, Wade Zimmerman, Zoe Roberts, and Shane Garrett. In case anybody's following the Little League team from Newville, they're in the bottom of the 3rd inning and they're winning 3-0. Go Dogs.
freshness and front end quality makes the one win this class for me. That one's the hardest touching in the class. That one's still the boldest in the center portion of his body. When you get your hands on him, he touches the squares there. That one's got a bigger forearm, and his front end assembly is better. He's longer and more extended up front. He's bigger at his forearm, and the way he transitions down to his knee all the way down to the ground, he doesn't have as much shape and flare out to his lower stifle as the one that in two. Obviously, I see that in them, but that one handles fresher and looks better from the side. In my opinion, when I get my hands on him, that's just a fresher option one. That one has tons of quality that comes in two. Maybe not the foot size, maybe not the stoutness, the feature up front that we have in the one that wins this class, but I think that one, in terms of getting behind this one, that one has a shot more muscle in the lower portion of his stifle. He just needs to be stouter, bigger forearmed, and more square when you read him up front. When I got around the front of him that last time. One that comes in three, stout, big goat. That one just needs to be fresher in handling. That one's big-footed, got plenty of shape and dimension. We just need to freshen that one up in this class, compete with the ones that are right ahead of you. A good-looking red weather that comes next. That one looks nice from the side. We just need to give that one some more shape and blow that one apart because he looks good. He's got the frame forward. We get that one to a heavier weight. I think that one will do good down the road for you, young man. The one that comes next has a good look from the side, but that one gets steeper out of his hip, maybe not the muscle expression as the one's right ahead of you. And then as we get down the line, we just need to fix these in terms of foot placement, the way they go to the ground and transition on their pasterns, their hips and high legs. We need to stouten these up and just give these a shot more flexibility as they get out and go. Give these kids a round of applause.
Light heavyweight 3, first place, Curly Saplee. Second, Christopher Kelly. Third, Jaden Harvey. Fourth, Kason Fraker. Fifth, Blake Frayne. Sixth, Blake Smith. Seventh, Presley Rissler. And eighth, Blake Smith. Next class in the ring, light heavyweight 4. Tyler Best's 401. Harper Boyer, 15. Blake Frayne, 26. Shane Garrett, 129. Jordan Naylor, 33. Wade Zimmerman, 376. Zoe Roberts, 166. And Shane Garrett's 128. Goats in light heavyweight 4 weigh 93 to 95 pounds. Market Goat exhibitors, light heavyweight 5 to ringside. Addie Martin, Emmy Martin, Grace Brammer, Noah Kutz, Lane Darhauer, Naomi Kutz, Sean Kutz, and Ava Lopez. Once again, light heavyweight 5 to ringside.
The weather's going to start for me. I think when you get your hands on him, that one just handles bigger across his back there. He works with more shape and dimension the whole way back. He may not have as much muscle expression down lower into that lower leg there from behind, but I think his flexibility, his structural integrity, allows him to win this class. He's more relaxed in the way his spine's put together in him. He's more picked up on his rear pastern there than the doe kid that's going to go in two. That doe kid into a stout, powerful, has lots of shape, big-footed. We need to make that one shorter in her pastern, relax her in her spine, make her a little bit shallower in her chest floor, but I think a good top two in this class. Young Lady Red Doe is going to come next. That one's got a lot of shape and power. We need to make that one just a nickel fresher because that one's got the dimensions to be good and rival these ones ahead of you. We just need to get that one a shot more muscle from behind and freshen that one up. One that comes next, I want to just fix this one's knee ever so slightly as he starts to buck over in his knee there. Give that one a shot more back shape. That one's so profile is good from the side. He's level across his top there. That one's big-footed. We just need to correct him up front, and he can move up in this class. One that comes next has a potential to be a bigger, heavier weight goat. If we get some more weight on this thing, I think that'll allow him to fill out and look better because right now he just reached too skinny to me. We need to just blow that one apart, give him a shot more muscle everywhere. As we work down the line with these last three, maybe not the muscle expression, and then as we work down, we still need to give these things a shot more integrity. When you start to look at their structure, they get a bit straighter, maybe it's more steep. When you start to study them from behind, if we start to fix them there, they'll be able to move up in this class because I still think they have some length of body, some extension up front. We just need to make their structure just a little bit better in this class. Give them a nice round of applause.
Light heavyweight four, first place Taylor Best, second Jordan Naylor, third Harper Boyer, fourth Blake Frayne, fifth Shane Garrett, sixth Wade Zimmerman, and seventh Shane Garrett, eighth Zoe Roberts. Next class in the ring, light heavyweight 5, Addie Martin, 418, Emmeline Martin, 416, Grace Brammer, 329, Noah Kutz, 164, Lane Darauer, 41, Naomi Kutz, 157, Sean Kutz, 155, and Ava Lopez, 357. Weights in this light heavyweight class, 96 to 100 pounds.
Well, again, I'm sorting on freshness. when you get out in this class, the one up front, that's the freshest handling one. That's the shallowest chested, biggest forearm one in the class. That one still profiles and looks nice from the side. A good place to start in this class. One comes in 2. Maybe not the muscle expression and the power we have in the one that goes in 3, but this one's the next best handling one. This one's more extended up front. That one's shallower chested, cleaner about his chest floor there. He's still big in his forearm, so has plenty of shape and dimension to be second in this class, a good footed one. The one that goes in 3, that one's got shape, that one's got dimension, that one's stout everywhere you look at him. But in this class, he gets out-horsed when you start to analyze him for his firmness to the touch. That one's softer out over his back shape. We just firm that one up. He can rival those 2 that go right in front of him because that one's got plenty of shape and bone work to go ahead and win a class in the heavyweight division. He's just not fresh enough today. The one that comes next, a red goat that's got lots of shape and dimension, one that doesn't have the stoutness to a feature, maybe not the handle quality and condition as the ones that go right in front of us, but one that still looks good from the side. We get into another doe kid that's big backed, has a lot of shape when you start to handle her. She gets steeper in her hip, maybe not the muscle expression from behind, but that one's still big in her forearm, still got plenty of shape, and with the chest in this class, she just gets out-horsed when we start to analyze her hip to her pin set, how she starts to funnel and taper the wrong direction. As we work down in this class, these last 3, they just need to be stouter. They need to be flatter across their top line, maybe shorter in their blade, just stouten these things up. If you would, give these kids a round of applause.
Light heavyweight 5. First place, Grace Brammer. Second, Addison Martin. Third, Emmeline Martin. Fourth, Ava Lopez. Fifth, Noah Kutz. 6, Lane Darhauer. 7, Sean Kutz. 8, Naomi Kutz. We're now ready for our light heavyweight champion drive. Out of Class 1, Amelia Brown and Noah Varner. Out of Class 2, Grace Brammer and Lacey Lehman. Out of Class 3, Carly Saplee and Christopher Kelly. Out of Class 4, Tyler Bust and Jordan Naylor. And out of Class 5, Grace Brammer and Addison Martin. After we pick our light heavyweight champion, we're ready for our heavyweight 1 class. Should be our final class of market goats. Kayla Zelafro, Kaysen Fraker, Tyler Best, Lane Darhauer, Olivia Homan, Blake Boyer, J.C. Naylor, and Riley Boyer.
I think as we get out here, there's an outlier in the way they're put together, muscle shape, dimension. Anywhere you look at this one, I think this one just has so much shape and dimension and power and still so flexible and gets around the ring really well. And then I think there's another one that I think has some parts and pieces, maybe not blown up quite as big and ready to show today, but I think this one down the road, if this isn't the end point for this goat, I think this one's got a good future. This one's big in his forearm, got lots of shape and really square over the top side of his shoulders, back into his rack shape. This one wedges better in the direction than another one that would be in contention with the 3 that I got in mind out here. If you would, give these kids a nice big round of applause. I'll get you a champion in reserve.
Your champion light heavyweight goes to Amelia Brown. And your reserve light heavyweight to Grace Bromers out of Class 2. All right, we're ready for our heavyweight market goat class. We have a single class in this division. Kayla Zelfo, 405. Kason Fraker, 55. Tyler Best, 402. Lane Darhauer, 43. Olivia Homan, 250. Blake Boyer, 16. JC Naylor, 35. And Riley Boyer, 14. Weights in our heavyweight class are 101 to 110. 101 to 110. First and second in this class will also be our champion and reserve champion heavyweight. So Market Goat Exhibitor is up next. Grand Champion Market Goat. Grand Champion Market Goat's up next. Exhibitors, it's time to start thinking about pair of 2 market goats. If you registered on your entry forms for pairs and you'd still like to compete, after our Grand Champion drive, you can bring your pairs to the ring. You need 2 people, 1 on each goat. Put them in the ring side by side.
Young man that's been staring through my soul since he came on for showmanship is going to win this class. That one's just the boldest. Anywhere you look at him, he's the most expansive from his chest back into his rack shape, back into his lower stifle there. He's got the most amount of shape to offer in this class. While still being a heavyweight goat, he's still fresh enough to the touch. I want to get critical on him. I want to pick his front end up ever so slightly and get his head and neck set back into him on the top of his shoulder just a little bit more. But I think a good place to start in this class. One that comes in too, maybe not the boldness to the center portion of his stifle there, but one that still profile is extremely nice, has some shape and look from the side. It gets a little bit deeper in his chest for there, but still has a good handle when you get up on top of him compared to the one that's going to come next. 1 and 3. You like this one's shape and dimension from behind. This one's square built. Looks good from the side. We just need to strengthen that one's top line up. When you get in behind his shoulder there, the way his blade comes out, he doesn't come together and hook up quite as good there. We just need to freshen that one up ever so slightly as well. One that comes next. This one's just getting more mature up front. If we trim this one's front end down ever so slightly, I think we can move this one up in class because this one has some muscle. He's got some bone work and some look from the side. We just need to fix that one's front end ever so slightly. The one that comes next, Young man's doing a good job of getting this one shown. This one just gets steeper out of his hip. Maybe not the muscle expression or the strength of top line. And this one has the ones that go right ahead. As we work down the line, ones that just don't have as much power and shape as the ones that go right ahead. Give these kids a nice round of applause in this last class in division.
In our heavyweight class, first place goes to Kason Fraker, second Tyler Best, third Kayla Zellafro, fourth Olivia Homan, fifth Lane Darhauer, sixth Riley Boyer, seventh J.C. Naylor, and eighth Blake Boyer. Your champion heavyweight will be Kason Fraker and your reserve champion heavyweight Tyler Best. We're ready for our champion Market Goat Drive. From our lightweight division, we have Katie Miller and Taylor Sturm. Intermediate weights, Landon McNew and Warren Brown. Light heavyweight, Amelia Brown and Grace Brammer. And your heavyweights, Kason Fraker and Tyler Best. Exhibitors, pair of 2 market goats is next. If you have pairs that you have registered on your entry forms and you'd like to compete, please bring your 2 goats to the ring. Couple of quick announcements. As soon as we are done with pictures in the goat ring, we will open the scholarships. You can apply for the scholarships tonight if you would like, but tonight is the last time to do the scholarship applications. Also, exhibitors, tomorrow, immediately following the swine show, will be the ice cream social for exhibitors. Ice cream after the swine show tomorrow.
I know we still have some pairs to go, but I think the quality in the goat show has been extremely good. I think there's a couple out here that can certainly make a drive and go to some other shows and jackpot shows and still be really, really competitive and win a bunch for these kids. I think they're working their butts off out here and doing a good job of getting these things set up. I know they've been out here for a while, most of them, and for showmanship, and then stood for the whole show now. So I won't take too much longer of your time. I'm not the best at talking. I just like to find goats that fit me, what I would want my kids to be showing as far as structural integrity, stoutness, look from the side, smoothness across their tops, still being fresh and good looking from the side. Ones that just hit me the hardest when they hit the ring, whether they were in for showmanship or they just come in for their class. So if you would, give these kids a nice big round of applause. I'll get you a champion in reserve.
Your grand champion market goat goes to Amelia Brown out of your light heavyweight division. And your reserve champion market goat is Landon McNew out of your medium weight division. Congratulations to Amelia and Landon and everybody in the champion drive here tonight. Up next, exhibitors, pair of 2 market goats.